I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand.
The properties of fool's gold.
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard!
You fool! Fool, idiot, moron, nut, stupid.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers.
One of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's called fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
Or fool's gold.
Who starts it?
Whoever fucking wants to.
Hello. Yeah, welcome to Fool's Gold. This is the first ever episode of Fool's Gold. It wasn't always going to be called Fool's Gold.
Oh, no, yeah, we had to change the name because some other cunt got to our old one first, so fuck you for a
Some
start.
virgin.
Yeah, our first enemy of the pod. We'll discuss that later. This is a podcast about nothing. If you're looking to learn things about history or, gender studies, probably not here.
Well, I quite like history.
Yeah, I know. You are actually quite good at history, aren't you?
Well, I'm not good at it, I just like it.
Right,
Yeah,
okay. So there will be a lot of historical inaccuracies.
Yeah,
we're saying,
very much so. I like to learn about history and then I forget it and I like to learn it again.
All right, yeah.
And the second time I learn it, I always understand it a bit more.
How many times have you learnt about World War II?
Oh, loads. That's absolutely loads.
That's a classic dad history, isn't it?
It's I think Nazi books, they're always the highest selling non-fiction books every year.
People fucking love them, man. It's like, it's when you get to about 36, right? Like when your balls fully extend to their maximum
Don't
length.
talk about balls to me.
Fucking hell, we'll get to that in a second. But there is a certain amount of grey pubes you get on your balls where blokes, especially British blokes, I can't speak for elsewhere, just go, I'm dead into World War II now.
Well, I think there is in our generation, but the baby boomer generation are obsessed with World War One.
Yeah, well, the baby boomer generation are obsessed with wars that they weren't involved with.
Very much
They're
so.
all like, bring back...
World War Two, I bloody fought in that. Yeah. I was born in 1952. So
bring back national service that I never did.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
You don't even know you're born.
Mm.
Yeah, they love World War One. They're upset. My dad has stopped learning about World War One because there's nothing more to learn. So, and it's exhausted everything to the extent now where he just looks for diaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's read all them as well.
Fucking
so any scrap of new evidence that's found is onto it straight away. He's literally read every. So is my next door neighbour Dave. They both go to France and just the trenches.
Yeah, I went to Normandy with my ex and her family. We were still together at the point. I didn't just go,
can I take along?
Yeah, it's just like, look, right, it's not you, it's me, but I would still like to come to France. We were still together. I was so hungover. We went to the Normandy beaches, and he's one of those dads who knows
he's
everything.
a baby boomer, really.
Yeah, and I got taken around all these bomb shelters and shit, and it was fucking heavy for a hangover, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Just, it's a bit much.
Yeah. Did he talk about people were bombed in here and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Let's imagine it for a bit.
A lot of graphic detail in that museum I went in. Looked pretty rough.
Oh, you went in a museum?
Yeah, I went in the museum as well to learn about it. And much respect if you were on the Normandy beaches. I don't think any of you watching were.
No, it's difficult to get to when you go to I have been, my dad took me once, we were in France, obviously, and he took me to the graves and where they fought in the poppy field. But it just looks lovely.
Yeah, it's really peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's kind of nice, isn't it? After you've been blown up in a war, you want a nice peaceful field, don't you?
Yeah, and the beach is probably nice as well.
It is. It's a really lovely beach.
It's difficult to imagine terror there, isn't it?
It's a bit weird, yeah, because there was there's French birds with their tits out and their hairy armpits, sunbathing on the beach.
It's weird when you see that.
And I've got this fucking 60-year-old bloke going, and of course 7,000 men lost their lives here. And I'm trying to suppress a semi I'm confused about.
Is it the French love that, just getting the tits
semi.
out? Yeah, le semi. They love getting the tits out,
They do.
don't
They don't give a fuck, the French.
And that's they're very kind of open with sex.
Free les nipple.
Yeah, yeah. They love it, don't they?
They do.
I once went to a nudist beach. I was in Canada. It was in Vancouver. Yeah. Went to see my best mate, my longest mate. Not
I'm your longest mate.
Yeah, you are longest mate. But schoolmate and stuff. Yeah. And he had this, and he was out and about for the day, and his missus took me and she went to the nudist beach, and she's got huge tits.
And you were open.
And I was thinking, do you know what? For huge tits, one of the biggest tits I've ever seen on a relatively slim lady, right? And I thought, well, I'm in if you're in. So, but I was never. I'm quite a prude Englishman. I was never going to get undressed.
Was the mate fine with this? Just go and.
Oh yeah, he was totally fine with it. Yeah, okay. I mean, but disappointingly, she never bothered to get him out. But she just likes hanging around there. Everyone hangs around there, but they don't all get naked.
But
do you know what the weirdest thing was? Right, it's full of blokes.
Yeah,
you think brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You've got these hairy armpits, French birds, the tits out. You're thinking great. It's just full of blokes. But you know what the weirdest look is? Loads of blokes. Not all. Not many are fully nude.
Yeah.
Loads of blokes have just got the trousers off. And they've got t-shirts and jumpers on sometimes.
What, like fat kids going swimming, but like they've Daffy Ducked it.
Just totally.
They've basically gone for a full Daffy Duck.
Full Daffy Duck. It's out there. And I was leaning like this on the sand, and she's speaking to a guy. And I hey there, you know, and I turned around and his penis was right there, just right there. I just thought, what's he doing? He had a t-shirt on and his cock out.
I saw a dick in the park the other day.
Really?
Yeah, this week, right? I was walking my dog.
Yeah.
Right? There's a little park up there, like the one I've been going round every fucking day. But like it's quite a nice like naturey park.
It looks naturey.
Yeah, it's like not that like, you know, it's not like swings and that. It's just like
roundabouts.
A bit of nature that they haven't paved over yet.
Lovely.
It's great. I was in there the other day and I was like, we walk up to the end, me and my dog, we go up to the end and I do a little thing where I get him to touch the wall. He goes up on his back leg, we touch the wall and then we go back.
Well, it's some kind of training exercise,
yeah,
like Bielsa, like kind of like up the wall, come me back. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just a game, innit? It's
like,
a lovely game.
Like an Olympic swimmer, like touching the end of the pool to go back. So we've done that. We turn around and like, he like tugs back a bit and then he just barks out of nowhere. And he doesn't bark much, right? He's not really a barker. So I turn round and as I turn round, he's barking at a guy with his knob out.
Right.
There's a guy pissing.
I was hoping he was pissing.
He was pissing, but he was pissing right near the entrance of the park, and there's like trees and woods right ahead of you.
It's a naturist, isn't he?
I think he wanted me to see.
He did.
You walk 3 feet, you're in a hedge, and but he had like a
was he facing the entrance as well?
He was he wasn't angled far enough as well. You know, he wasn't fully with his back to anything. And like I got a full glance at the old fella.
Did you converse with him?
I did not. I just, I called my dog a snitch. And, it's like, get here, you fucking snitch. But not like...
You pervert.
Like, because he did have quite a big dick, to be fair.
Well, fair play to him.
Because it was fucking freezing. It's been Baltic this week, so you'd expect a little button mushroom.
Yeah, you would.
Weirdly dangly. It was a bit like droopy. Like, it looked like there was a weight at the end pulling it down.
Yeah,
Horrible.
My next door neighbour, Jim, the other one, not Dave. Dave's the baby boomer World War One guy. He's weird as fuck, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Nice enough, but weird. Stays in a lot. And my other guy,
shooter vibes.
the other one, Jim, on the other side, he's 80, just turned 80, and he's got Parkinson's. He's bedbound. So I go around there, delivering his papers, and at one point where he's a very proud man, Jim, right, and he refused to accept that he couldn't get out of bed. So on a number of occasions, I had to go around and just pick him up off the floor. Right? He's a big lad, heavy lad. He's dense. He's not
husky.
fat. Yeah, he's just like been a good sportsman all his life. He's
Rugby
dense.
player sort of build.
Yeah, very much so. Flanker. And he's sat there and he slipped in his own shit, so he's covered in shit, right? I know.
Like this is the start of the anecdote as well. This is when you slip in your own shit.
But it's not. It wasn't the shit that.
It is slippery. To be fair.
It is slippery. It wasn't the shit that got to me because I've done personal care before when
I got kids in it.
Yeah, I've done it before, and I thought, you know what you do? You go, right, I've got to do this for him. I've got to be.
Yeah.
It's time to be a good human being here.
Yeah.
That wasn't the problem. The problem was his dick was fucking massive. And I couldn't believe it. I stopped. I didn't even look. I wasn't looking at the shit. I was just staring at his dick. It's fucking huge, mate. It's like, it was about the same size as my dick on hard and twice as thick. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, just thinking, fucking, I started thinking about his partner, Viv, you know, like, yeah, just thinking, God, she must be up for it, you know. It shocked me, and it made
me pop it away like a fireman's hose, like rolling
No, we just get. I don't touch his dick. I just let it dangle out there and get him back on his bed, and then clean his shit up.
Yeah,
that was, I felt demoralised.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt demoralised.
There is a bit of that when you catch sight of a whopper. There's a bit of that.
Shit, man. I've been told a few lies.
I hope they meant what they said.
Yeah. Always it grows and shows. You know, maybe if you've got a big cock and naturally flopping down there when you get an erect, it doesn't go that much bigger. That's the I cling on to that hope.
If it's already bigger than yours,
it's not going to shrink, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not like ice. It's not water into ice, is it?
Ice expands.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I was just thinking about if ice cubes in a glass of water, they're always smaller.
than the glass.
Yeah,
that's
than the water.
It's not the whole thing.
There was no logic. It's like you said earlier. If you're looking for actual physics as well, things like that, you're not. This is the wrong podcast for you.
We're not going to calculate the momentum of that guy's dick as he slipped in shit.
Absolutely not. But it must have been. I bet it's okay. Just like a pendulum swinging,
on this
slapping against the wooden floor.
Oh my god! On this highbrow topic, fuck it, we're here now.
We've arrived.
We've arrived. I did look. You've had a bit of a big week, haven't you? I have deliberately not spoken to you about this because I wanted to save this for the pod. You know, it's good. You know, I think it's
While we're on the
interesting.
topic of penises.
Yeah, so basically what happened this week, if you want to talk everyone through this, Mickey had his balls cut off. He's been
I had
fully
my balls
castrated.
sliced open by a doctor.
Yeah, cut off and
Do you know what?
put in a little plastic bag.
I had a vasectomy, and I can tell you the date. It was exactly a week ago. It was
The day of manhood died.
It's the 11th of February, 2021. And we were supposed to do the pod on that day. And so I text you and said, I can't do Thursday.
Yeah, because I'm about to become a eunuch.
Because I'm having a bloody vasectomy. Yeah. I've not told anyone about it because it's not something I'm shouting from the rooftops about. And also, because Rach was like, you need to have a vasectomy. And I went, why don't you get sterilised? I don't want someone slicing into my balls. So we had a bit of an argument, and she was like, it's a massive operation. I've got to go in.
Yeah.
So in the end,
it's like more difficult. Is the thing.
I won the argument. Yeah. So she was going in.
Yeah.
And
fucking hell.
I'm not having my balls sliced open if I can help it.
Clearly you're fucking
hell. Oh, God. And then COVID hits, and then she gets rearranged, and then I do see a bit of common sense. In the end, I was a bit pissed, actually, and I went, right, I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do it.
Full of bravado.
Yeah, and I tell you, I was in the good books for about fucking 10 minutes. It was golden, right? And then suddenly it's doctors, I want a vasectomy, and, the doctor's like, yeah, no problem. And I like my doctor, we get on, we've had notes for quite a while and chatting about kids. It makes it quite, jovial and stuff like that. Yeah. So, okay, we'll send you a date. And I get the date, and it's said date, 11th of February. And then you do what you always do, or what I always do. I just put it out of my mind.
Yeah.
If you've got a problem, I always find just ignore it.
Yeah, sometimes they go away.
Absolutely.
This is what people never say about that tactic. If you ignore things long enough, sometimes they
just fuck off
and go away.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I've been doing it all my life,
yeah,
and I've not come across that many problems that have really that I've come a cropper with when I've had to. But this is one
being
you actually.
A white man's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, this one around.
It did, and I text you and said, can't do it. He said, so someone's going to slice open your balls, and you said that, and that resonated with me, and I began to get the fear big time.
I've been very helpful. I think in the run-up,
it was horrible. I didn't say, "Oh, thanks for that," but it played on my mind for days.
I knew it was.
Because I never realised that's what's going to happen. Is it? They'll make it sound quite nice. Oh, they tie your tubes up. Oh, isn't that lovely? It's not like what happens is a doctor slices open your balls.
They get a knife and they stab it into your ball sack. It's been so much fun in the week and the build-up because I've just been every now and again texting Mickey like, I hope you're all right getting your balls slapped open.
That's when the reality hit me about this.
So I knew you would have just put it off as well.
I put it off,
I
mate.
knew you would have just gone like, I'll just not think about it. So I just thought it was my duty as a friend to remind you of the seriousness.
I started getting
really
nervous about it, and then I might as well put it to the back of my head, and then on the day you can't. You've got to deal with it.
Yeah,
you're doing it.
Exactly.
I was in at 5:30. That was my appointment. I went to the doctor. There's another woman there. I'm not actually a woman. Well, maybe I am now. But there was a woman there.
Sorry, we've taken your vasectomy a bit far, and now you've transitioned.
You've actually got a minge. Well done. I sort of think about.
Doctors call it a minge.
I do. I don't know what do you call it?
Well, I don't know. It depends on the situation. I think minge is a bit aggressive. I don't think a doctor would call it. A minge for me is like a hairy, stinky growler. It's a proper minge.
It's a minge. Well, what do you call it then? A vagina is a bit. A vagina. It's a bit four syllables.
Like pussy, man.
Do you?
Yeah, like.
No, I that's too American. Like you pussy hole.
Yeah, but that in my head I'm Chris Rock.
Yeah, totally. But pussy feels like it's a derogatory term in terms of like calling someone a weakling, and it also feels like it's a bit
soft, like a
American prostitute. I think as well.
Right, okay.
Whereas minge, I don't see as a growler. I see it as a gentle kind of. Oh, it's a minge. Do you know, I found out something interesting on Twitter. It's great Twitter for stuff like this. But Joe, and like you've got dark when a woman wears dark knickers, they get a little light patch.
I saw this.
Yeah, because minges are acidic.
Yeah,
3.5 on the pH scale. I saw this. 3.8.
So fannies are acidic. So
you go with fanny.
Fanny, I use that often. Yeah.
Yeah, fanny's all right, and it's very English as well.
But,
the Americans call a bum a fanny.
They do. But
that's weird. Isn't
on
it?
The acidity thing, that's why fannies taste like batteries.
Yeah,
because they're acidic.
They are acidic.
That's what I realised the other day.
We've all licked a battery out.
Oh, well, you know when you touch a battery,
of course you do.
Tastes like pussy.
I don't know why I've done that, but everyone knows. Why does everyone know what a battery tastes like?
Yeah, because it's all been down on the lid,
isn't it?
Yeah. So that's where that comes from.
Well, no, but literally, why do you put? Is it kids that just put batteries in their mouth? Why have we done that?
I mean,
what's the point?
I mean, it's curiosity, isn't it?
I think it is.
It's just like
we've all done it. Yeah, just
9-volt battery. That's the best one because you close the circuit, don't you? You can do both ends.
Well, we have electricity running through us.
Yeah, man, we're all electricity.
We are.
Aren't we not? Aren't we not just all?
That's the difference between a corpse and your body, which is alive. The only difference is electricity.
There's a few more differences between.
Well, it depends how long it's been decaying. Not when you're on stage.
Oh, Jesus! So your balls got cut off.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to come back to this. Well,
I was in the doctor's. So in the doctor, you got to fill out a questionnaire, and at the end it just says, "Is it okay? Is it okay if you lose your manhood and it fucks up?" Yeah, of course it is.
Do you want to keep the balls? Do you get them afterwards, like when you get a tooth out?
The ball fairy. Put them under your pillow. No, honestly, it were horrible. It were really nervy, really tense. It's the unknown. No one's.
The last thing you want to do is tense up as well, isn't it?
Fucking hell, that's a story about that. Well, not what you're thinking, but anyway, I'm sat there, and before Rachel's like, "Why don't you put on a podcast? Relax." And
maybe someone's listening to this as they're getting their balls cut off. And if you are, I hope it's helping.
I doubt it very much because I pictured myself on a table like shoes on, socks on, jeans down. Right, I don't know why. I don't know why I
get a fucking shoe shine. It's a bit more serious than that, mate.
I know. What?
Do you reckon they've got like a massage table, but with the holes in the middle,
and you're lying down,
lying face first,
two little holes for each ball just pulled through.
Doctor goes underneath like a mechanic changing your oil.
Oh God. She's a bit beat up, isn't she?
Just because slides underneath goes.
Oh, no, it's going to be a bit more than you think, pal.
Gonna have to order in for this. These are the 14-inch. It's when your neighbour Dave's
God.
in.
Yeah, I've only got a fucking 8-incher here, pal. I could cut it in half, but still won't do the trick for you. I'm not joking though. Your balls and your penis literally go into your body when you're having this thing.
The fear reaction.
Yeah,
is
it
the
is.
problem,
It's the
isn't it?
fear.
Yeah.
And talking about that, I'm sat there. I've just signed away my life and said, "Yeah, if the doctor fucks up, don't worry about it."
It's the worst bit.
And then I'm chatting to the receptionist. I get chatty sometimes when I get nervous. You know,
I know you just proper gabble, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm chatting to everybody, you know, through my mask, and then I find out the lady that's waiting there, her husband's in for the vasectomy. It's obviously Thursday evening. It's obviously vasectomy evening at the local doctors.
It's curry club at Wetherspoons and vasectomy club down the doctors.
Anyway, I hear this door and I see this bloke gingerly fucking limping out, and that was one of the worst moments. I just that Don, why is he walking like that? And he's like that, and she's like, all right, and I'm like, and then your heart is racing, man. Your heart rate's jacked. You know what's about. You know you're about to have a doctor slice open your balls. You've never been there before. It's fucking new territory. You're trying to think it's a simple operation. It's a simple operation. Yeah. You get in there. You leave a woman. There's two. That's one of the bad things. There's two fucking middle-aged women in there as well as the doctor.
I've seen it all before.
Oh yeah, of course they have. They were great. They were lovely.
But there is the added factor of they might have seen you on telly.
You have got that fear as well. Yeah, definitely. but I'll come to that. But not that there was anything. But honestly, you get put in this room, right, and they go, undress. You can leave your shoes on if you want, right? And that threw me because I just pictured my jeans down. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've got a fully undressed. They give you a garment. It's a bit like. Do you know, have you ever went to the kitchen when you get blue roll?
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
It's just that. Yeah. So, and then I'm taking my child. I'm trying to prepare myself.
Fluffing it a bit.
I get it out there, and I'm looking at it thinking, fucking hell. Take your shot, and then she just walks in. Don't knock. Until just walk. But then I realised the only thing I'm not showing her is my fucking ass. She's going to see everything else. Yeah. I just about managed to pop it on. Come on through. You get there. You say hello, and you realise it's not just one bloke. It's fucking three people.
Well, in case they have to hold you down.
I don't know what they did.
Just touch themselves.
It sits you down and stuff like that. And just get on that bed, and then you've got to lift up your gown, and you feel so vulnerable, man. I can't.
Such a vulnerable position to be in. Like.
Yeah, I just can't believe how vulnerable I was. And I'm not.
Did you put your shoes back on?
No, I left my shoes on. Yeah, I
put shoes on
and socks.
So you're Donald Ducking it like you're on a fucking nudist beach.
Yeah, I thought of that bloke. I thought, this is a look. This is a genuine look on a nudist beach. So I'm there, and I'm not kidding you. I think that my penis was. I think he had to dig it out. I think he had to dig out the ball. It was like literally, let's go in there and try and fetch him. You're embarrassed as fuck, you know. And I'm lying down. Okay, you know, blah blah blah. I'd said, listen. They explained a few things. I said, listen, I'm not bothered. I didn't read anything. Yeah. I just want it doing. It went fine. He's obviously said it quite a few times before. Yeah. I don't want to go through the details. I want this done. Yeah. I want to be out of here.
Rip the bandage off, innit?
Just, yeah, totally. You know, you just want to get it done. So I'm lying there, heart rate's jacked, and these two women are just over you like that, you know, looking at you, and they're fucking calm as out. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not their bollocks, is it?
They're passing him stuff. You don't know what it is. It's metal and shiny and pokey. It's horrible, mate.
Like, you don't really want any of those things near your bollocks, do you?
And then obviously you're going under local anaesthetic, right? Yeah. Which is the pain relief, which is desperately needed, obviously. But do you know how they administer that? They inject your fucking balls with a fucking needle, mate.
Oh, fuck off, mate. I don't know if you know.
They can't give you anything for that.
Injections.
Me too. It is. I started going. I want to passed out when I was giving blood, and I did.
Oh, mate, I have done several times. Yeah.
They would give me loads of rich tea biscuits because I psychologically I went to this place I couldn't return. The needle and all that got better.
I'm like that. They give me sedatives at the dentist because I fucking freak out.
Mate.
So when you say they inject your balls, I want to be clear on this.
Yeah.
Is it going into a bollock?
They go into your bollocks with a needle.
Both of them? Or just one?
I'll get to that.
Okay. I'll let you go.
If you can imagine what it's like, if there are any ladies listening with the twinkle. You can call it a twinkle.
Or men with a twinkle. It's 2021, mate.
That's not to be gender specific. Mm-hmm. Anyway, just imagine that being jammed into you.
Twinkle, that's the worst one.
It is horrible, isn't it? That's what I use with my daughter.
Yeah,
we talk about. I don't say, "How's your minge? Is it all right?"
Have you wiped your minge?
Have you wiped your minge? It bloody stinks. Anyway.
Burning all through the floor, the acidic bastard.
What's with all these fucking drops of acid everywhere? It's like fucking Alien. Anyway, I'm sat there and I saw the fucking little twinkle as well of the, you know, like in a cartoon.
One of the nurses got us out.
No, the reflection of the needle before and then I'm just like, so I'm like that, and I'm like, oh God, bang! The pain is so sharp, it's really bad. And then it gives it a rub on it, and then it takes obviously a few seconds, probably a minute for the local.
Punches a bollock.
Mate, I can't be specific with what happened because it was one of you try and blank. It's like Stephen. It's like Warnock. Sorry, not Stephen Warnock. He was quite a good left back. It's like Warnock and Evans. You just try and blank them out.
I get you.
As we did in the bloody millionaire quiz we did. And then it kicks in for a bit, and then he starts operating. And then their job, I think, really is to keep you chatting.
Right.
They had no problems at all. Yeah, my heart rate's jacked. I am going for it.
Like when I wash my dog, my girlfriend gives him treats to keep him distracted.
Exactly.
Same thing. Yeah.
It's the distraction process. And suddenly I don't know where it came from, because of the nerves and because of the heart rate. I'm getting loads of laughs. And I suddenly realised this is the fucking best gig I've done in ages, right? And it totally felt like a gig, because you got the
guitar
nerves. No, I was literally, and they were all laughing. He was laughing, and I was thinking to myself, I forgot about the process for a bit because I was killing it, man. I was killing it on stage.
Last thing you want to do is make him laugh, though. Surely, I want him fucking deadly serious.
He was glancing over and making eye contact as he's doing it. Yeah. Looking up.
Can you both eyes on that, please?
Oh, mate, I was too busy flying. It was like doing a gig with your balls out. Because that's what it was. I was doing a gig totally naked. And then it gets towards the end, and I ask him about the history of vasectomy. He says, no one's ever asked that. I said, how much have you done? He said, 2,500.
It was named
so I
after
felt special.
Lawrence Vasectomy.
Yeah, well, I thought, what is the history of a vasectomy? How long's it been going, this operation?
Yeah.
We went back, he said, we had a little chat about history, as I like to do. This is perfect distraction. Got a few gags in. Can't remember what they were.
Yeah.
Then he goes, right, all done. I remember thinking to myself, do you know what? It's been about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's not as bad as I thought it could have been. And then he went, right, on to the next one then. Gets the needle out again. And then I totally forgot I've got 2 balls.
Oh, so they have to do each one separately.
Yeah, I have never been more disappointed with having 2 balls. Great gag. I went, Hitler did walking out of here by now, wouldn't he? That fell flat. Best gig of the night. Fucking best joke of the night. So I couldn't believe nothing. Just got nothing. Hitler just got nothing.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Dr. Leibovich wasn't really into it.
No. He wasn't into it, mate. None of them were. No. But I'll tell you now, right? That was the hardest bit because I thought I'd done.
Well, no, when you think you're finished, and you got to do another one.
Oh no, it's like when if you've run a marathon and you get there, and you
go,
finish
right, do
line,
another lap.
and you go, oh, this is only the second. This is the first lap. You've got to do it again. And, oh, by the way, that guy that's slicing your bollocks open, he's following you. It's fucking horrible. That's the bit where I lost it a bit mentally. Yeah. And then again, the needle goes into your ball. And you've got to endure that twice.
So grim, man.
So grim.
Because, like, the ball is not a good texture for puncturing. It's deliberately trying not to get punctured,
yeah,
it
totally.
It's really tough on the outside. So I imagine there's got to be some force behind that.
Oh,
did you have to, like...
It wasn't
going backhand.
It wasn't like
the psycho shower scene.
Like to keep someone alive, fucking puncturing the fucking chest.
Like a fucking
with a pen.
Bam!
This won't take. Bang! Oh! Yeah, mate, that was the hardest bit.
I bet.
That was the hardest bit because I had to enjoy it again. I think the gig tailed off a bit there. It was more of just trying to get through it. Yeah, just like I was dying the second half of the show. It was horrible. And then when eventually you are done, you can still feel it as well. You can feel the stitches. He's stitching you up, mate. It's another needle in your balls.
Yeah, I know.
And then you can feel the ball sack being pulled. But it's not hurting as much as you know it should.
Right.
And you know you've got that pain. You're kicking the can down the road there, aren't you? You know that's going to come.
It's not going to chill out, innit?
And then you
even get hit in the balls, it's a delayed reaction.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's so demoralising as well when you get up and you just gingerly. And then I was that guy. And the next guy's there. And I'm like, worse than you think, pal. But I'm not joking. I really got on with the doctor, and he came out. He went, "Do you know, it was really nice to meet you." I wish I could say the same. Boom. Good ending.
There you go. You finished strong.
Round of applause.
Get out of there.
Oh.
Did you get a sticker?
No, I wish.
Did you get 2?
Do you know what I did get though?
What?
A slight infection.
Oh fuck! You've got infected bollocks.
I think so. I had to go to the doctor yesterday, and he had to look at it. Another one.
Yeah.
You lose all self-respect and dignity. There's none.
I don't know why I'm asking this question, but infected how? Is it weepy?
The thing is, it's difficult. It's really difficult to dry your balls.
Jizz?
It's a bit fungally, I think.
Oh, fucking hell.
The thing is, I've taken some. I've got some antibiotics. I just want to make sure that if there's even a hint of infection, right?
Yeah, you want to get that cleared.
I want to get that sorted out.
Yeah, nip that in the bud, mate. Yeah.
I forgot to take the bloody tablets as well. I've only had 2 today, and I was going to take one today when I was here because you got to do it around food and stuff, and I forgot it. That was a bit of a low moment in the car.
You realised you forgot your bollock fungus medicine.
Get this as well. When I went to doctors yesterday, you know we've talked about my bad ear, right? That I can't hear out of one ear. Yeah. So I get in there and I'm like, X, Y, and Z, tell him, and he gets this the thing, you know, for your ear and looks in your ear, and I went, how do you know I've got a bad ear? He went, I'm just checking for the infection for the heat. I felt like a right dickhead.
Wow.
Oh, that was a low. I mean, I was already on a low point. Yeah. I was like, how do you know I've got a bad ear? He went, I'm just checking for the heat. I was self-respect's down the fucking pan anyway.
Yeah, once you got a fungal bollock, mate, you just got to fucking take it.
I mean, I don't think it is infected. It's really hard to dry your balls because you're dabbing and you don't want to touch it.
And there's crevices for like
when you dry your balls, you go for it.
You have to.
You have to go for it. You can't when you've got stitches and it's inflamed and it's swollen. So it's blue.
Fully out of blue. It's fully out of action, I'm assuming, at the moment.
Well, the only good thing about having a vasectomy, do you know what the doctor's orders are?
Oh yeah.
Rest and masturbation.
You've got to pipe it through.
You've got to have 20 wanks. I've had to schedule it in.
How many are you down?
I've had one. That was the biggest danger wank I've ever had, mate.
Don't tear it.
I was like that.
So 19 more to go.
Yeah, I'll have to get a little schedule together.
Yeah.
And they give you like a pot, because you've obviously got to wank in this pot in 5 or 6 weeks, and they test it to see if it's worked.
Yeah.
And and the woman kept pausing when she went, and she kept calling it a sample, but she kept pausing before sample. She went, "You've got to do your sample and then send it in," and she said sample about 5 times. I was just like, just say what it is, jizz.
Say cum.
Just say it's cum, it's jizz. Just say it's like when you're watching a fucking when you're watching like a gangster fucking drug baron thing, and they always call coke product.
Yeah.
Just go and say how it is.
Well, they can't say it because, you know, like they're getting wiretapped. I don't think your doctor was, though.
No,
but
yeah.
When have you had a look though? When you did your first one, did it? How are you jizzing? Is it lumpy? Is it clear?
Oh, I didn't really look. I just prepped up.
Yeah.
Got
What is this when you say prepped up?
I got the
shaved your chest.
did the lubed up the chest.
Clear the runway.
I got all the tissue and stuff like that, and I just jizzed onto the tissue with loads of shame and regret and
But
fear.
it's for medical reasons. It's not
Genuine
dirty,
fear.
Mickey. You should be proud. You're following doctor's orders.
You know, do you know what as well? In the operation, during the operation, when he mentioned the halfway point, and you know I've got to do another bollock, I realised suddenly that my calf was killing. I nearly had a fucking calf strain because I've been curling my toes the entire time.
So tensed up.
Yeah, and then in my head I went, "You've got to stop uncurling your toes. You've got to relax." And it took me 8. It's like a 20-minute orgasm, but instead of pleasure, it's just crippling fear. That's basically.
To be honest, that does sound like a lot of my orgasms.
20 minutes of crippling fear.
Yeah.
I've got 19 wanks left. I'm going to get a little schedule.
Right, make yourself a little advent calendar.
Yeah.
But there's like, make an advent calendar out of one of those KP nuts boards. Different pair of tits behind every window.
Yes. What's my little prize after I've done it?
Well, you get a big pair of tits at the end.
Nice.
Don't you? Maybe ask your mate for a picture of his wife's.
He's not seeing her anymore.
Oh, well, it's fine now.
Oh, she was a massive dickhead as well.
Right, okay.
She was a dickhead.
Oh, well, you know.
She was vacuous.
Yeah, but...
I would have still liked to see her tits at a nudist beach. I'm only human. That was the days where I used to have sperm.
Yeah, so sperm-free. Well, good on you. He's very responsible.
Well, I'm not. I'm 19 wanks away from sperm-free, mate.
Right, yeah, you got to get it all out.
I'm thinking. I'm not a massive wanker.
Strongly disagree.
Metaphorically, perhaps,
Yeah.
but I'm not a big
Like, very
masturbator.
frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a teenager, you know.
Well, yeah, but you're in your late 30s now, Mickey.
I'm
You should
in my
have
late
calmed
30s.
down a little.
I have calmed down.
By now, yeah.
So now I've got to up the wank. I've got to get my wanking game back.
You've really got to get... You have to do a montage like Rocky. You getting back in shape. Just like arm wrestling guys getting stronger in each one.
What would the music be?
Oh, fucking hell. Pump it up.
Yeah. Don't you know? You've got to pump it up. Loads of different facial expressions of like happiness, joy, pain, misery.
First one of you just really gingerly.
Yeah.
Like, oh. And then by the end you're like...
And then it kicks in, two-handed.
You're like hanging upside down off a door frame. Trying to get it in your mouth.
Foot on the bath outside in the park.
It's like you see in the sperm count gradually tick
Going
down.
I did it. God, that was a tough day.
The first time you give your sample to the nurse, she comes back, shakes her head. Keep going.
Don't you know, pump it up. 20 more, you say?
Oh, well, you know, good luck to you in your wanking endeavours.
I'll always have 2 sperms as well, like my little tattoo there.
Do you want to show the camera your shit tattoo?
Yeah, it's the worst tattoo in the history of tattoos, really. Can they see that there?
Can they see? Yeah, they can see that. What's it meant to be? Because it looks like, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like the loyalty card stamp at Costa Coffee.
I don't do Costa
It looks
Coffee.
like a coffee bean.
It looks like 2 sperms doing a little
does a
dance.
bit, yeah.
It's my last 2. It will be after I'm 19 down. It was in 2004.
Yeah. Explains it.
well too pissed up to be allowed to do it. But it was in Portugal watching England away
shit.
at the Euros in
Right.
2004. What a fucking 2 weeks that was.
Yeah.
And me and my mate got in there, and we were fucking hammered down. Like, it was literally like, what we're gonna get. So, have you got a book, mate? So it's like, I this is the sign of Cancerian. I'm a Cancerian,
Right.
so I linked
I am
to that.
too as well, yeah.
When's your birthday?
July the 1st.
Oh, I'm June the 27th.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, we're 4 days apart,
Meant to be.
if my maths is correct. And I got that. It looked a little bit better than it is now, but it's
Well,
not
yeah,
even-
it looks better when it's first done. Is
Yeah,
the thing
it's
with
fucking
tattoos.
shit. My mate, he got, the 3 lions, because we were watching England. He got one of the 3 lions.
That's nothing.
Just a massive lion.
That's not anything, is
And
it?
not nothing. Just one of the 3 lions.
Like, you just put ×3 at the bottom.
To the power of, a little 3. Just cube it.
Like, I've got, I like my tattoos. Dean Coughlin did most of my tattoos. If you know Dean, he's a comedian from Liverpool anyway. He's from the Mile High Club and Dan Daniel podcast. Check those out if you haven't. But
I've heard of them.
I've got one where, oh fucking hell! Right, I've got to show the camera this because it's in an awkward place.
Bloody hell.
Can you see? Can I see that on camera? I'll put a picture of it up.
That's a good idea. I can't see it.
Have a look.
That's fucking horrible. That's even worse than mine. It's so faded.
I know. So the story of it is, that happened to me. My ex did that to me. The same one who I went to France with, right?
God, she was a bitch.
She fucking was. She did that when I was drunk. And to be fair, this wasn't her fault. I was at my mate's house.
You were always drunk in them days, right? You were actually
I
fun
was
then,
for a
weren't you?
while. Yeah, when I used to be a laugh. Yeah.
Is that the one you split up with when I first met you in 2017?
Probably, yeah. But yeah, years ago, we were pissed at my mate's house, and he's got a tattoo gun. And because he's covered in tattoos. He's got a doodle leg, so if anyone wants to try tattooing, he's just do it on that leg.
Oh, that's not. I've never heard of a doodle leg.
No, I think he invented it, to be honest. But yeah, so a couple of people got random tattoos done. And then who wants a tattoo then? And I didn't have any tats at this point, but I was like, yeah, go on then.
That'll hurt down there as well.
Mate,
right on the
you
bone.
wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
So I chose the stupidest area, and we'd ran out of black ink as well, so that's why it's in blue. So it looks
it's
like
really
biro.
horrible. That
Awful. And over the ankle bone, I've spoken to tattoo artists since.
that's the worst one.
Who've been
It's right straight to bone.
they're that's the worst place you could have got. And a tattoo artist, literally every time they see it, they go, "Did you faint when that happened?" And I was like, "I did." And they go, "Yeah." Because people, when they're new to tattooing, if they're just picking up a gun and they're not told, they always run it too hard.
Right.
And when it's going too fast, it just fucks you up. So yeah, I was.
Did that put you off tattoos then?
No, well, I was a bit more nervous before I got proper ones, but it put me off getting homemade ones.
Yeah, it might.
But I do find it very, very funny, and I'm very glad I have it. I'm
I
the
don't
sort of
regret-
person who should have a stupid tattoo. So are you?
Yeah, I don't. If anyone's listening and thinking, do you know what? I'm a bit nervous about getting a tattoo if it looks a bit shit. My advice is just you don't
Go
regret
for
it. Just do it.
And also, once you've got them, you stop caring as much.
Totally.
Now, I'm fucking stick something on me. Couldn't give a shit. I'll just go, that looks cool. Get it on me.
Yeah, I want mine more tats. I've got a decent one there. It's just Dreamers Club on there, but actually, because that's a song of mine, and but it's Dreamers Club as in a club you go, that dreamers have invented. You go there, but that says Dreamers Club as in there's no apostrophe.
Yeah.
So that actually is pluralised of dreaming. It actually means people who like dreaming go clubbing. Yeah. which is a bit shit. Again, it's two shit tattoos.
But it just doesn't matter. The argument always is with people with tattoos where they're like, oh, it'll look bad when you're 80. Everyone
gives a
looks bad
fuck?
when you're 80.
Yeah.
Show me an 80-year-old who still looks fit. They don't exist. I mean,
No.
Maybe
your skin's all flabby and weird anyway.
Exactly. Who gives a shit?
Who cares if there's a bit of ink on it?
Yeah,
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah, well, to be fair, when I'm 80, here's my retirement plan, right? I've got it sorted. So this is very dependent on me outliving my missus, which is very unlikely.
You won't live. You won't. You're older than her.
Yeah.
She's relatively sensible
And healthy, yeah.
and healthy,
Yeah.
and
I'm me.
you'll have Alzheimer's before you'll smoke yourself into Alzheimer's by the time you're
Completely.
60.
I'm saying, look, by some freak of accident, maybe she gets hit by a car.
Hopefully.
These are the only ways in which I'm outliving her.
Yeah.
I've still, I've got I've got it planned because I think you've got a plan for your
When are you going to
retirement.
hit her with a car?
Shut up. No one. It could
You're
be anything.
going to reverse
Peter.
into her and drive back over. I really fucked that reverse park up.
No, in the case of
Total
this happening,
accident.
this is a total. I don't want this to happen. She's great. don't want this though, but if it did when I'm older,
Yeah.
say, right, I think a fucking ace retirement plan for comedians. What I want to do is, right, by the time I'm like 60, 70, the people who go on cruises will be our generation, and there'll be people who don't care about swearing and stuff. Cruise ship comedian.
Yeah.
I'm going to sail the seas, doing stand-up, eating buffets, and shagging widows.
There are women, mainly women, because they're the ones that are alive, and couples that live on cruise ships.
Yeah, I want to
And
be one of them.
When you think about it, you paid a $1.50 a week for some care homes.
Exactly. So why
it's
not be on the
literally-
fucking ocean?
You do know that I work on cruise ships, don't you?
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, yeah.
It's a fucking great life.
I know, man. It's fucking sweet. I can't do it with my material because I'm dead filthy.
No, you've got to go low bar. You've got to go really hard. So
You're not doing it for the art, are
I've
you?
had a couple of gigs where it's been hard.
Bet.
I've done a couple where I've nailed it, but that's mainly get the sing-alongs going. You know what I mean? And then I've kind of realised how to do it now.
Yeah.
But and then obviously COVID hits, and I feel like cruise ships aren't going to be around in 40 years because I think environmental
Maybe
disaster
actually,
is upon us, and they are
bad.
really bad.
They're fucking bad.
It's literally they're bigger than the fucking Titanic. These things, and they are huge.
Monsters, man. When you see one in like a port, it's like, how is that even a thing that moves around?
The first time I ever went up to it, I took a video of it and sent it to the kids and Rach. I was like giddy. I was like, look at the size of this. It gets you going.
Floating plague incubators.
How?
When there was like norovirus. But you remember that old retrovirus, the norovirus?
Yeah.
Do you remember when everyone got that on a cruise ship? Can you imagine how bad that was? 2 weeks of being locked in a cabin, shitting and puking.
Yeah, horrible.
While everyone else on the whole thing shits and pukes.
There must have been like, it's my turn now to shit and puke. Can you get out of the bathroom?
You're going to have to do it in the bedroom for a bit.
Or just do it. If you look, I bet some had balconies, but a lot don't.
No.
Some of them
won't even have a porthole.
No, some of them don't. Some of them
are below the waterline.
Oh yeah, and so a lot of them are inside the ship, so that there's no outside at all.
Exactly, and you're just locked in that for 2 weeks.
You're just locked in this air ventilated.
Yeah,
you get if you haven't got it, you'll probably fucking get it.
Yeah. All right, I've talked myself out of this retirement plan now. Fuck that, I'll stay on land.
If you get the right cabin, it's all right. First time you go on there,
that'd be my stipulation.
Yeah, first time I was next to Gareth Gates. He's a fucking lovely lad, Gareth Gates.
I bet he is. He seems like a nice lad.
All I could think about though was like just all for ages, and I was having to suppress this laughter.
No, it's so hard when you got something like that because I've got that awful sense of humour as well. Where if there's something wrong, like it's wrong to say something, or like you're not allowed to say it. You're
desperate to say it.
My brain just goes, say that.
Say it.
Say the thing.
Well, do you know what though? It would have hurt his feelings, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Exactly. I do suppress it for that reason.
Yeah.
But it takes work to suppress it.
Eventually, got to know him a bit better. I travelled home with him.
Oh, yeah.
So we spent a good intense 12 to 15 hours. It takes about a day to get home. They send you on 3 flights. Yeah. And he's a good lad. And then in the end...
What a fucking name drop. I wasn't expecting Gareth Gates as a name drop.
In the end, he's a Leeds fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good on him.
So he's from Bradford. And it was like, so we were chatting about Leeds and like the early noughties Leeds. It's like, it's 20 odd years ago when he did that thing.
Yeah, man, it seems
and
recent,
he's only
but
about
we're
36.
Old. Yeah.
He's built now.
Is he? Has he got jacked?
Fucking hell, he's built. He's always in the gym.
That's why he didn't say shit about his stammer, innit? To fucking batter you.
It happened a few times when he's tired. He says it happens. Most of the time you don't reckon, but when we're on the journey back home, it happened loads because he's knackered.
Yeah, because he's got to work on stopping it. So if you're knackered, you let it go.
But he's minted. He's got about 5 houses. Dropping him in everywhere. Yeah. Not like he was, but he's like, my daughter's school, I've got to bought a house opposite it, and it's in London. I just remember thinking, fucking hell.
Yeah, Jesus
all right,
Christ,
isn't it?
He's doing all right. He's our fucking Gaz.
Totally.
Fair play to him.
And you wouldn't recognise him.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't. No, you're right.
You wouldn't. He's built like a fucking brick shithouse.
That's absolutely
could play rugby league.
Yeah. Maybe that's a new career for him.
Maybe. Fucking hell, Gareth. He was just crewing it up on that. They were loving it. He sings in a restaurant.
I'm sorry, this just feels bleak.
Gareth Gates.
Anyway, we'll put a bow on that. There was something I wanted to chat to you about. Have you seen this week? I can't remember the game, but did you see the referee squaring up to a player in the footy?
He's been charged as well.
Has he been charged? So, like, I think, is it Stephen Bywater, the referee? Is that his name?
I was trying to think of his name, and as soon as you said it, and I've got absolutely no idea.
I don't know, but it was...
I've only read it about 50 times.
Who gives a shit? Like, you know, he's squared up to a player. So basically, he's kicked off in a football match.
Something Judge. Judgy was the player.
It's lower league. I don't watch that shit anymore.
Is it Ipswich?
Ipswich, yeah. So they've had a bit of an argument, a player and a ref, and the controversy is the ref has put his head in to square up.
Yeah.
Like, he's full on, like, you fucking what? And, like, I think that's great.
I do. I remember playing, right? And sometimes most referees look soft and are soft.
Yeah, this is
and
it.
You always
can
thought,
run over him, you can bully him.
Yeah,
I'll get away with shit.
I'll put the pressure on when I have to.
Yeah.
And every now and again, you got a skinhead.
Yeah.
Who looked hard as fuck, and you respected the shit out of him.
Suddenly, the rules are abided by.
Yeah, you went. You know, the worst decision. You just went. That was it.
Luigi Colina, man. He used to throw hands. He used to like jab people in the chest, get right up to them.
I used to love him. And he was so like he just got the Reds out every time.
He had that psycho stare, and he was never wrong as well. He was just like the best.
He was high quality ref, and he was amazing. Champions League finals and all sorts. Yeah,
he was all about that, and I genuinely think, they shouldn't be bullied more. I think every referee should look like a Adama Traore. Get like proper UFC fighters into ref games. Suddenly there'll be a lot less back chat.
How about like
6'6" guy?
How about as well? We just go ice hockey in this and just let them have a fight. Just let them go down to it.
Down for that. You know what? Yeah, all right. Let's get hard referees.
Really hard refs and players just knocking the shit out of each other.
If you've got a problem with the decision,
game stops.
You've got a minute. Good luck.
Yeah. And the linesman splits it up.
He's a jiu-jitsu champion if you want at it.
Yeah, you've got as long as the linesman take to get there. And you just got to do as much damage as you can.
But by the linesmen get a free hit for 10 seconds once they get there, so you better make it.
Yeah, totally. And sometimes players are literally just getting dragged off the pitch.
I'd love it, man.
And that's it. Yeah. And you can probably replace them. You get a concussion. You get a free sub for it now, don't you?
That's true, yeah.
So
I thought that was great, man.
There's not enough respect for referees. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but sometimes like a player will kick the ball out, right, and then they'll go my ball. The linesman will give the correct decision, and they'll just scream "fuck off" in his face.
Yeah, I know. And you hear it loads in the.
I'm sick of seeing it.
Yeah,
because the kids are growing up watching that, thinking that that's okay. That's normal behaviour. It's not normal behaviour.
Yeah, it is.
At Sunday League, we always got if you swore at a ref, you could get sent off.
Yeah.
But at the top level, it's fine.
Yeah, and
you can control yourself. You can go. Yeah. You could go, come on. If you swear at yourself or swear into the air, fine. But if you don't have to swear at someone. I don't see the problem
with swearing as much. It's more the aggressive intent. I don't give a fuck if someone uses a swear word. It's about how you use it, innit? It's screaming fuck off is different to going fucking hell.
I think if someone goes, come on, but because they're pumped, they're wound up, they can't help it.
Yeah.
But you don't need to shout, fuck it out, fuck off.
That's my instinct.
Sometimes, but they do shout, they'll go, hey, fuck off!
If you've had a wind up to it, then yeah.
Yeah, well, they do.
Yeah.
And it annoys me. I think they've got to cut that out. And actually,
this is such an old man rant. I love it.
It is, isn't it? It's a baby boomer rant, this, isn't it?
There's no bloody respect. They need national service.
In World War One, they were getting sent over to machine guns. They didn't bloody swear at officers.
No back chat, did they?
You got shot. You got shot in head.
And you thanked him. You thanked him. You said, thank you, sir. Can I have another bullet in the head? Trench foot, yes, please, sir. It's true though, man. Like, I am proper like into that phase, like because I'm 32, so I'm like getting into that 30s vibe of like getting pissed off with everyone young and stuff. So there's been a thing this week where like a load of like millennials, which is like our generation.
No,
like, you're upper end of millennials.
I'm maybe not a millennial.
Are you a Gen X?
Yeah, I'm born within the Star Wars years.
Right, so you're technically Gen X, I think, aren't you?
Why?
No.
Am I Z?
No, Z's below us.
Oh, good.
So I think you're straddling Gen X and top end of millennials.
Gen X sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like probably a good one to be.
It's a good futuristic name, that, instead of Jenny.
I'm Gen X.
Gen X. Get
After dark. But yeah, it's like
After dark.
Like with that, like there's been a lot of like millennials basically on Twitter going, oh no, because like Gen Z, the kids, have been taking the piss out of like skinny jeans and stuff, going, oh, look at the granddad millennials in this. And like, is there anything lamer than a 35-year-old who gives a fuck what a 17-year-old thinks of their jeans?
Yeah, that's
Grow the fuck up. Who cares?
I'd expect them to do.
I would hope.
Yeah.
If the generation below you aren't dismayed by what you do, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, totally.
Something's that's the process.
Yeah.
We get old. The bands that we thought were cool are now dad rock.
Yeah.
You know, that happens.
Yeah.
You've got to accept it. I'm glad kids look weird now. There was a period where I was like, are they just going to be dead boring? Now they've all got like weird square glasses and like cyberpunk aesthetic. Awesome.
Good. They've got to go with it. That's why like older people have to get. They always have done. Yeah. You get more conservative as you get older.
Yeah.
And you don't like the
I
younger.
hope I don't get any further. I'm going to have to be a full Nazi.
Well, just join the club. Yes. But you get annoyed with the younger generation because they've got new, fresh ideas that challenge the old way that you think.
Yeah. And so some of them are daft, and it's the thing.
But that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But the kids these days, I'm glad that they started to get some kind of identity because you feel like they were lost.
Yeah.
Because I think society's left them behind.
Well, like their identities are unfortunately going to be like anxiety.
Yeah, they're just so wet and like, they're just
like cocooned in that.
They are literally they are. My first fucking vasectomy wank summarises them, doesn't it? Just cautious, really cautious.
Some of them are fucking mental though. Like some of them are like fighting for change and stuff. Like, I think good on them for that.
I always think a kid should be getting hammered, but they don't take enough drugs for me.
That's their rebellion though, because like our rebellion was going, fuck you, we're going to do all the drugs, and theirs is like, our parents did drugs, so we're not gonna, which is lamer. It just is.
I'm going to be one of those people that I hid my hedonism from my parents, and I now hide it from my kids.
I think they'll be able to work it out though. They're not dumb.
Maybe. Well, my son's 2 next week.
Yeah, he probably hasn't figured it out yet.
He's got no idea.
Yeah.
Isabel's 6 in March, and she'll start figuring it out.
By the time she's like a fucking teenager, she's going to know you're a piss can.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got another 7 years though before that happens. I can't see myself changing in that 7 years. I don't think.
I think you're pretty much this now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think like changes get less minor as you go on. I don't know. I've had a complete 180 at 30. That was when I stopped drinking, became vegetarian, all that sort of shit. So that was. I hope that's my last big shift. I hope I'm all right now.
Well, if you do another 180, you'll be back to it, and I'll start seeing you on a weekend a bit more. Yeah, you'll come back to my ship again, mate. Yeah, the coronavirus one.
Well,
not this Nova shit.
I do think it's good that I'm like, and I don't understand the music. Like, I caught myself getting annoyed at mumble rap. Do you know what mumble rap is?
I've heard of it.
Basically, yeah, it's like teenagers on Xanax talking about Xanax.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's like a prescription medication, makes you drowsy.
Okay,
it's all the ones with.
It actually sounds
tattoos.
Really up my street.
Oh, it's fucking lovely. To be fair, I'm not here to besmirch the good name of Xanax.
Yeah, right. It sounds ace.
But the music it inspires. Great. Not for me. It's
okay, mumble rap. So they actually write lyrics, but just mumble them.
Yeah, and they're not very good lyrics. Like they'll say the same thing over and over and over again.
Like grime.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. No, but grime is much more complex. There's a lot more going on in grime.
I feel like I've offended you there.
Yeah, I actually like grime. I got a bit. Because I tell you
but grime's about saying the same rhyme over and over again. And then
used to be,
and it's a bit repetitive. But
that was like grime 1.0. That was the first grime.
Grime was like 05, 04, 06.
Still going now.
Yeah, was that when it started emerging?
Yeah, and
it was the same time when Skinny Jeans came out.
Yeah, but in a different culture.
Yeah. I always
try to understand.
I never did Skinny Jeans, by the way. I was with flares.
Yeah,
I've always done flares.
You've always had a vaguely 70s vibe, though, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I was Skinny Jeans all the way, mate. I was like, around 2005, I was like Skinny Jeans, winkle pickers, braces, the full Libertine.
Totally, yeah, that is it. It's the Libertines.
Yeah, I was obsessed. Yeah, totally.
I was walking around in a big fuck off green kind of like trench coat thing with flares and a 70s crinkle cut groover shirt.
Yeah.
I look like this, but a bit younger.
Yeah. No, I can totally pick that vibe.
I haven't changed my look for about 20 years.
Yeah. It's like it's such a strong look. It'd be hard to shift.
I don't think I've changed my personality for about. I've just got a bit more.
You have,
more responsible.
Yeah, definitely. If you were the same as you were in your 20s now with kids, like social services are beyond that in a fucking shot.
Yeah, they would have taken them away.
Yeah, for their own good.
Yeah. No, I wasn't fucking kids in my 20s, mate. That was my teens. But I was a kid.
Yeah, let's clarify this. Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. I have got more responsible. But I haven't changed. I don't think the essence of who I am has changed. Some people do. They grow old and boring, I think.
Yeah, maybe you'll change now your balls have been cut off.
Maybe this is the start of a new me.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm already a fucking estrogen-dominated vessel anyway. I live in a matriarchal society.
I've always grown up in one,
I have... My daughter is a woman. My partner is a woman. My boss is a woman.
Yeah.
My agent is a woman.
Yeah.
And all of them tell me what to do, and I do it.
Yeah. It's a good system, to be fair.
It makes life easier.
Yeah, he's got, okay.
Yeah, just like, every time I go rebel, I go, I'm sick of this. Yeah. I'll do it in a few seconds instead.
Yeah, that's your little
That's me really rebelling. I live in a matriarchal world.
Yeah, I always have, man.
I look on the patriarchal world with envy.
Oh, that'd be fucking nice. I do a bit, right? And I know this isn't like an okay opinion to hold, but I do.
But you do hold it.
A little bit. Isn't that right? I like to see myself as quite a progressive guy. I totally believe in the equality of everyone. A fundamental...
I'm not racist, but...
I'm not a misogynist, but isn't there a little bit of you that's a bit gutted that we're part of the first generation that has to treat women with respect? Right. Now, I think women deserve that respect.
I know what you're saying.
But my granddad, he's never said thank you for a cup of tea in his life. It just arrives because it's expected.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is. Right.
Do you know
it doesn't take me a lot of effort to go thank you, and I think it's nice. But
mate, I'm the one that makes the fucking tea.
This is it. My granddad would have none of that.
Yeah. I often go like think, like an 18th century gentleman.
Is that your ideal?
Yeah, just that they could do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, to be fair, like
in fact, it was expected of you.
Yeah, like I think Victorian era sounds dope because, like, in the Victorian era, like there was just like cocaine and everything, wasn't there?
Oh, that's the doctor's orders.
Yeah, all the medicine.
I'm
was
ill
like,
again.
it's a tincture of weed and coke and speed and heroin. And
yeah, they prescribed. They thought it was a medicine.
Well, it was. It makes you feel fucking great.
It totally works
for a bit.
Yeah. But Joe, if someone said to me, "Do you want this operation without coke or with coke?" and they're your only options, I'd go fucking.
Maybe we should have dumped your balls in it and numbed them a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it'd been a lot better to just get here's a line, deal with it. That'd have been a lot easier, and then the gig might have been even better.
Yeah, you might have been absolutely flying then.
Yeah, the second half, like I said, was I was out of it. I was depressed.
See, I never made a habit of gigging on drugs. Right? Like,
no,
I was because I used to live more of a party lifestyle than I do now.
Yeah.
And like I never made a huge habit of it. I did have to once, right? I was absolutely off my box once at Kendal Calling Festival.
Yeah.
Kendal Calling's like my least favourite festival, because they're really strict on drugs, so the atmosphere. Oh
yeah, well, a kid died there.
Exactly, fucks it up for everyone. Selfish bastard.
I know.
But like, I get why they've had to do it, but it means that the vibe's not great because everyone's pissed and like pissed. They people are really strict on it. Yeah. Friendly.
I remember going to the first early ones. I know the guy that started it. He's from Cumbria. Ben Robinson. Nice lad.
Right. I've met a few people who run it lovely, but
yeah,
like,
but the early days it was a really good festival. Then I went back a few years later and it totally changed.
The vibe's
atmosphere.
Different.
Yes.
Exactly. In the campsite, because everyone's just pissed, so it's a bit more aggy. There's fights starting and stuff, and it's not like that at a normal festival.
Well, I think as well, like bigger festivals drawing dickheads. Yeah, local festivals tend to be like people who are quite artsy going out and not being dickheads. But then you get the dickheads in, which does make it more fun on a lot of levels.
It can. But yeah, so this one's...
But more violent, more aggressive, you're right.
Like, so there's that. But they don't, because I'm going in through the performer's entrance.
Yeah, God, you are shoving packets up your ass and all sorts of shit.
It was a little bit more lax. So I got my stuff in. So me and my mate who had gone with, because I was doing the festival, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go for the weekend. Because I wanted to go see Run DMC. They were headlining. I love Run DMC.
Me too.
Amazing. So I was dead excited. Right, Run DMC cancelled the day before the festival.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it got replaced with Plan B. Fucking dog shit.
Oh, well, it must have been Plan B.
Quite literally, yeah. Like, what's our Plan B? I've got an idea.
That you just thought, bing.
Not an appropriate replacement, I would say, to hip-hop legends Run DMC.
No.
Only reason I wanted to go. Anyway, first night, so I was like, fuck it, I don't really give a shit. First night, got battered. Right? I couldn't sleep because I'd fueled myself to not be sleeping.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to. I was basically just awake all night.
And then the next day, you've only got one option.
Performing.
Yeah, you've got to keep going.
So I tried to do that, but it got a bit much, and I'd done a little bit too much.
It's a fine art, isn't it?
You got to keeping your balance. I'll have a bit of that, I overshot it with a bit too much MDMA.
Yeah,
right.
Easily done.
And I was
got to dab that.
I was like shivering,
Don't be doing anything else.
and I threw up, and I was like shaking. It's an hour till my set.
Yeah.
Right, and I am, have you ever had it where you like overheat because you've done too much of it? And I'm like shivering. I'm like, it's an hour till fucking showtime. I'm panicking. So I just try and sleep it off as much as I can. I just lie there. When there's half an hour to go, they bring a fucking golf buggy to get me from like the camp area.
I love that.
So sick.
Yeah, it's cool.
When you're going around the festival, everyone's schlepping through mud and you just like, fuck off.
Important people coming through.
This one, mate, I was just in a big jacket shivering on the thing as it's driving me there. I'm like, ugh. I'm in such a rough state. When I got there,
you're quite pale anyway. I mean,
exactly.
I can imagine you were like an A4
ghoulish man. I did look like a corpse then.
Yeah.
I arrived and like I couldn't stand up. So my mate's like, you know what you got to do? I just got a bag of Coke, put it under my nose, and like a teaspoon worth.
Yeah.
Like literally as they were announcing my name.
Yeah.
And I barely remember my set. I was like, I flew through, and my eyes are pinned back like this, and I'm like, hey, I'm blah, 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 blah. And like my mate said, it was unreal. They've never seen anything like. There is a certain like stage thing that kicks in of like muscle memory.
Yeah.
She said she wouldn't have known if like apart. In my head, I'm like, but it just sort of snaps in. Have you ever seen? I've seen a mate before who was so high on ketamine, they were crawling around backstage, couldn't stand up, had their name called, stood up, did the set absolutely fine, walked off stage, fell over.
Yeah, you do
just snap in.
You do snap in.
So weird.
Your brain knows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Your subconscious level, you go, right, do your thing.
And I got off it, and then I had the worst afternoon of my fucking life because like it got me through that 20 minutes, and that was the reserves gone.
Yeah.
And then I had to get buggied back, bouncing along,
Good
back
gig.
to me 10. Fucking horrific, man.
There's no worse place to be when you're in that situation than a tent.
Tents are not good, man.
Horrible.
Because like there's no good option as well when you're fucked at a festival. Your tent is always horrible because it's either it's pissing wet, freezing, and everything's a bit damp, or it's so hot.
You wake up in a fucking oven
with the driest mouth.
Oh man, waking up in that after like you're dehydrated in the morning. Have you done the old you fill all your water bottles with vodka?
Yeah, I've done that.
And
grab
then,
the wrong one,
and then grab the wrong, and it's a big gulp, and you're in that situation. And you're just oh god.
Mate, I had one at I go to a festival called Beat Herder every year.
Yeah,
it's like my
I've been to
favourite
Beat
festival. I love it, man. It's my favourite festival. Like fucking come next time. We'll sort that out. Come with me.
Yeah, we'll
love it, man. It's the best. It's like a 3-day rave, but it's like really cool. The atmosphere's amazing.
It's not too big. When a festival gets too big, it gets too corporate.
Exactly.
And then it's gone downhill.
This
it's not a festival anymore.
Cool. It's still a lot of people. I think it's like 50,000, but it's like.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but
that big.
Everyone gets the vibe. I don't know if it is that big, to be fair, but everyone gets the vibe. I've been years ago, and it's so sick. But yeah, like there one year, I woke up and I'm like, I'm not in a good way. I've had a big night the night before, so I just drank whiskey and Coke to get myself going. It's like I woke up at like 10 a.m. I've gone to bed at 6 a.m. Fucking get on it. It'll sort me out. It'll wake me up. But if you're pissed, you can't be hungover, was my theory.
Yeah, that is a theory and it does work.
And this is why I'm not allowed to drink anymore.
You've just got to, at some point, you've got to dive off the cliff, haven't you, and crash.
I misjudged it. Because I started feeling good because I got that little bit.
You get overconfident, don't you?
I got overconfident.
And you start thinking, this is what is curing me. Let's get some more.
Lots more of this.
We've all been there, mate.
I had a lot too much whiskey, and at
dangerous
1
drug
p.m. I'm like, right, I've got to go eat something because I hadn't had any breakfast.
Yeah.
So I went off to get a sausage and egg butty.
Right.
And I went back via the Portaloos because I'm like, I am going to sick and be shit. I'm gonna shit and be sick right now.
It's like that cruise ship situation.
Yeah, you know when it's like you've got no warning. It's like I'm clenching.
Oh, suddenly bang,
full strength,
you're in full panic mode of like
it's happening.
It's happening now.
And I ran. I got into the Portaloo.
Yeah.
Pulled my keks down and it immediately squirted. I puked on the floor and I passed out with my head on the door. So I've got my sausage and egg butty in my hand. Right.
Someone must have just come and taken the butty off you.
Mate,
I love that.
I get in through the door, I close it, I sit down, it's like, wah, wah, and then just dunk, right? And I came to, It was 4:30 in the afternoon. I'd slept for 3.5 hours with my head against this toilet door at a Portaloo at a festival. Still had my bacon butty.
Did you eat it?
But Mickey, I wish I could tell you I didn't eat that sandwich. I wish that was the story I was about to tell.
As well, you've just been breathing in,
and it was
shit.
one of those toilets as well where it's just like a plank and a hole.
Yeah,
and like
very unforgiving on the nostrils.
So I did have that decision to make, but I felt quite weak. I'd all my fuel had left my body.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ate the butty.
You have to do it.
And I went back and I had a power nap, and then after that, you have a little bit of a power nap, get fucking going again.
Of course you do. It's just a nap and a bit of water. That's what you need.
Nap, a bit of a water, and usually the right drug to start you off again.
Yeah, and it's a bit of experience as well, isn't it?
You've got to know what you're doing with that shit.
Whiskey's a very dangerous drug.
It is, and I didn't drink responsible drinks was the thing with me. I used to drink whiskey and Coke and Jaeger were my drinks.
Jaeger's all right.
Yeah, but not the way I was drinking it, man.
Yeah, I could do a bottle of Jaeger. I used to do it in a pot all the time.
But
it's just whiskey. I think it's the whiskey that sends everyone west. Who can drink whiskey sensibly?
Not me.
who doesn't go absolutely? It's quite violent. I think.
Yeah, man. I used to get like what I used to get, because I'm not like a violent man. I'm not a fighter.
No.
Like if it happens, I'm in. I'll back
if
up
it
my
happens,
mates.
I'll get me kicked in. No problem.
I am I'm really confrontational when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fight, but I'll have a fucking argument.
Yeah.
And I spent my first year at the Edinburgh Festival just telling people to fuck off.
Yeah.
I got really into it.
Yeah.
I was just like, why don't you fuck? And my favourite of the whole festival, remember, there was this posh guy who was being a dickhead in one of the fancy bars.
Yeah.
He was like trying to chat up my mate who was not into it. She just was not. And like at one point I told him he was wearing red chinos, so I told him to fuck off back to whatever regatta he'd come from.
Quite good.
I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah.
Turns out he works for Channel 4.
Oh. The only TV channel that could possibly entertain letting you on.
I know. I spent that entire time drinking and burning bridges.
Yeah.
But I'm sober now, and everyone's got to forgive you, otherwise they're a dick. It's the rules of sobriety.
Right.
If you get sober and sort it out, clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean slate, baby.
Yeah, well done for that.
Thanks, mate. It's
Well
really
done.
easy, to be honest.
The last time I had a real problem was when I was ill, and I went to cricket. And I was genuinely ill.
That's a time when I miss booze. A day at the cricket in the sunshine, pint.
Went to Edinburgh, cricket's on, and it's midday, and no, it's probably about midday, just before. And I remember my mate comes in, 4 John Smiths, and I remember saying to him, "Listen, mate, I feel really ill. I genuinely feel like I just didn't want to drink at all.
You know that's a problem.
I had an upset stomach,
right,
and a genuine upset stomach. And anyway, first one, it's going down. It's really hard. After the first one, started getting into it a bit, and it's the old rule, isn't it?
Drink yourself fun.
After the 4th one, I'm like, is it
Better off,
another
innit?
4? Is it?
Yeah.
So in there, and we get to the end of the day, and we go to Trios in Edinburgh, and then suddenly I'm sat down. And I just remember going, like, having that thought where you said, it's happening now. I remember thinking, I put my drink down, there's a load of tables, loads of us there, there's about 15 of us, and I remember just going off and going, I have to get up the stairs to the toilet within the next 30 seconds, otherwise I'm going to be sick, like, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I'm going up the stairs, I shit myself.
Right, let's slow this down, right? Let's slow this down.
Okay.
Because I feel like you want to brush past this shitting of yourself.
Yeah.
How bad is the shitting of yourself? Is it bad enough to slip in?
Thing is, right, I didn't take... I didn't look at it.
Just keep moving.
I didn't look at it.
Was it like liquidy or was it...
I think it was a bit of both. It was quite liquidy, but a bit solid as well. I could feel it, and I could feel the warmth on my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Shit myself walking up the stairs, but that wasn't my priority. I was going to be sick big time.
Yeah.
So eventually I got there.
I love that shitting yourself isn't a priority. No. Like, God, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to deal with this in a minute.
That was playing second fiddle, right? And I got there, and it's a really busy toilet, and my heart sank because we're talking seconds, and I'm holding on. Your brain starts giving up as well.
Cubicle, innit?
Yeah.
Your brain just goes,
I did every door, every single one. And then suddenly, bang, one gave. And I was like, please don't be the guy that was in there that didn't lock it, because I'm about to be... And it was... I remember that thought of seeing this pristine wall and going, thank fuck for that. Didn't even try didn't even try and hit the toilet. I didn't even bother. I just went. I remember it hitting the wall, splashing back, right? And it went everywhere. I was being sick for about, really violently for about 10 seconds. Which it sounds
No, but when you really
that's
think
longer
about,
than you think.
if you sit and count out 1, 2, 3, you get the idea. Takes a while.
Yeah,
10 seconds is
I was
a lot.
projectiling for about 5 seconds,
Yeah.
and then being sick everywhere else. Like I remember looking down, and I felt so much better, infinitely better as soon as I'd done it. I remember looking around the toilet, and there was a tiny bit of sick on the rim of the toilet, and that was it. None of it had gone in it, right? And then I realised I'd shit myself a little bit more as well whilst I was projectiling, and it felt all right. That's the thing. I was that pissed, that fucking ill.
That's quite nice.
And then I remember, because it was a busy toilet, I remember going out, and there was a guy right behind me, and he went in and he did a scream. The scream. I have never heard a more primal scream in my entire life. And the others went, please don't follow me. Please don't follow me as I walked down the stairs, because I had shit in my pants. Sat down at Trios.
Didn't clean up.
No,
you just left the shit in
I
your
left my
pants.
shit in my pants. Someone said, and I felt so much better, because that's what I needed. I needed to get that out of my system. I felt so, as Miffy was there, remember? I said, you have another one? I said, yeah, go on then. I had a pint with shit in my trousers, told him about it. Everyone's pissing themselves. So I've shit myself. Another pint, then I walked to the Broodnell, had 2 more pints, and then I walked home.
That's a walk as well between them two.
Yeah, it felt all right though. It felt all right. It was warm. When I was going for the piss, I was just, I knew that I'd,
Shit all on your balls.
Yeah.
And you wonder why they're infected now.
and then I took my trousers off at home. I was very careful with the bag, and I just put the boxes into a bin, a few bin liners.
Yeah, you double bag that.
Yeah, and put them in the outside bin.
Yeah, you throw them away. You throw them away. I had a mate.
Don't wash them.
I had a mate at a festival, shat himself, washed his pants in the sink where people get water from.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's horrible. And took them home. Throw them away, mate. I don't care. Even if
burn them.
Even if they're Gucci, they're in the bin now.
Of course they are. There's no coming back from that.
Nah, once you've shot.
There's only so much a thread can take.
Right, I shit myself once when I was drinking.
This podcast has descended. Is it all, they're all going to be? We'll get all the shit stories out of the way.
Yeah, then we'll go highbrow next week, shall we?
Of course
we'll do all
will.
the dick jokes and shitting ourselves this week.
Well, I've had a vasectomy, mate. I'm sat here with infected bollocks.
With a fungal bollock. What else was it going to be? Yeah, I was at the Edinburgh Festival again. And like Edinburgh, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like it's quite intense. It's where me and Mickey first met. Is at Edinburgh, but it's like a whole month. You're doing shows every day, multiple shows, and like every comedian's there.
It's very intense, and a month feels like a year, and a
so
day
long
feels like an hour. It's weird.
Yeah. And like I was drinking every day at this point during the festival.
Oh,
it's the
you
most
can't.
fun.
It's hard to have a day off.
People,
yeah, you're
all
out
the
every
time,
night,
and you just keep the
Course
momentum going. And like it was the last week of the festival, so I've been there for 3.5 weeks, caning it every day. So my stomach is fucked.
Yeah.
Like you know how you get when you drink like that. And
gut rot. I've not had a fucking solid shit in 3 weeks.
Exactly, mate. So I was doing a rap battle against
Like
Sam Gore. I like rap battles. I do
Sam
them
can
occasionally.
rap battle.
No, he's very
Right.
he's very good at writing. So like there was a lot of really really funny stuff, but he can't rap obviously.
Not
But
like me and you.
it was comedian versus comedian thing late night.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. It's like the best event because like comedians would just cunt each other off. Loved it. This time and like Sam's like me Bezzy mate, and we went fucking dark, like upsettingly dark. We both went in at the worst bits of each other's lives, and it was great. We loved it. Half the audience were very upset. Like it was things you shouldn't joke about. Loved it, but
Just really cringe.
just before the battle, right? They're like setting up. The host is setting it up.
Which room was it?
It was Bannerman's, the
the
little pub. So it's in that little like archway.
Yeah, I know it.
Great venue for it. And like I'm just waiting at the back of the room, and like he's introed Sam, and I know he's about to intro me. And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome." In my head, I go, "Oh, I've got a bit of a fart coming."
We all know.
And I decided to trust it because you want to get it out before you go on stage. I
know what you mean.
I have a drink. I make sure I'm not. I've had a piss, all that sort of stuff. You want to be free and not thinking about anything like that. So I was like, get this fart out, and then off I go. And I immediately knew I'd done wrong. As soon as I let it go, I felt the warm squirt
Was it a shart?
It was, yeah. It wasn't solid, right? Because I'd been drinking so much at this point.
It was a normal poo for the way you were living your life.
Yeah.
Which was very liquid based.
Well, it came out as a Jägermeister pate.
Right.
Was the sort of consistency, colour and odour.
And colour as well.
Green.
Colour, yeah, really.
Well, I only found this out later.
Right.
I'm literally,
you didn't know at the time.
No, because literally they're going, please welcome to the stage. This is happening whilst they're introing me. So they're going, please welcome to the stage.
Could Sam smell it? Or...
Right. Please welcome to the stage, Rob Mulholland. I just have to go up with this shit in my pants. Luckily, it's not much, and only I know, but I can feel it between my bum cheeks.
Yeah.
You know it's there. Once you've shat yourself, you know, don't you?
You do.
If you don't know you've shat yourself, you've got real problems.
You've got a really good... You are flying.
Yeah, like people who know they've shit themselves look down on you if
Yeah.
you don't know you've done it.
But is it weird? Maybe a fart can smell more than a shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
It is,
Because
isn't it?
I sat in trios and went to the Brunel and not one person complained.
Yeah, I bet they noticed that.
Maybe it's more of a lingering kind of...
Yeah, it's always there.
Yeah, and
I
it's
get
dense.
used to it.
It creeps up on you, doesn't it?
But because I was on stage and I did the whole battle, fucking smoked Sam as well. Had a good battle. It was great.
Did you reveal the Jägermeister paste to Sam?
Because if you reveal you've shit yourself in a rap battle, you lose, I think.
Well, not really.
I think that is losing by default.
Knock it out at the end and just say, look what I just did.
With what? And like reveal my shitty ass.
Yeah.
I did all of this and I'd shit myself like it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I think it's an immediate disqualification, to be honest with you.
What, find that in the rule
I just
book?
got off stage.
I bet you don't.
And like people were trying to like shake my hand and stuff, and I was like, no. I had to like go to the toilet. Have you ever been to the toilet in Bannerman's? There is a joke about Ro Campbell does a great joke about how the guy who cleaned the toilets died in 1974. It's because it's this it's a rock club, so it's the worst toilets on earth. It's this tiny. The roof's really low, so I have to duck. The cubicle is so small, and I had to in there get my skinny jeans off, get my pants out, and try and flush them down this toilet that wasn't flushing. Because like there's no bin, there's nowhere else to get rid of them, and I'm not putting them back on. Right, those are gone. Those are dead pants.
Just reminded me of another good story.
Mate, I had to get the bog brush and shove it to eventually get it down. Then just
But
go
you
out.
did it.
Got them down.
That
flushed
100%
it.
blocked the toilet, didn't it?
100%. Don't go fuck. Sorry if you work in Bannerman's. I had to get rid.
There's nothing worse than when you need to go for a number 2
Yeah.
and you see the worst toilet cubicle ever and you're just like, there's no lock on it.
Just got to do it.
Sometimes you just got to crouch.
Yeah.
And like, you're like, oh God, it's just horrible, isn't it? Just get some decent toilets. Mind you, people wreck them.
Yeah.
So I've got a story about a mate. It's a mate, right? He's a dentist as well.
Last shitting yourself story.
All right. It's a quick one.
Go for it.
So
mate, I'm
all the usual situation is at a party, a house party, packed, right? Shits himself. He's trying to pull his bird. It's fucking hell. Goes up to the toilet. He's hammered. And he's got these shitty pants. He don't know what to do with him. It's someone else's house. You can't flush him down the toilet like you did.
Yeah.
That's a bit risky.
It is.
Threw him out the window.
Defenestrated his pants.
And then goes down to the party, joins the woman, and just says this, "Oh my God, what's that?" And his boxer shorts are hanging from a tree.
It's easy to find out who's done it because you just look through commando.
Who's got commando here? Oh nightmare. He got away with it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got a shit in yourself story, send them in. We've got a text number that I'll put up on screen now.
Why not? I would happily read these out.
Oh, look, I've forgotten what the text number is. I'll find my phone so I can read out the number.
We could have you shit yourself
keep padding
story.
While I get the phone.
Oh, absolutely fine. I mean, we're trying to do a podcast here that's not about shitting yourself, but maybe it is.
I mean,
it's called Fool's Gold. What the fuck do you think?
Yeah, I mean, in general, if you've got something interesting you want to add, genuinely, we want you guys getting involved in this. If you've got anything to add to topics we've covered,
this is a podcast about anything and nothing. We've ended up talking about shitting yourself for the majority of it.
Vast majority.
Yeah.
Well, once we got off your balls.
Yeah.
So
we have the bar is set low for this podcast now, isn't it?
Where is my number? Here we go. It's
just put the number. Oh, mind you, it's audio as well.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
I'm just getting it up for the
audio is
right. I'll do a little. I'll do a little jingle for it.
Yeah.
07520 665 442.
That's 07520 655. Oh, bollocks.
You don't know the number.
I tried my best. I went with loads of confidence.
No, you did. You really did.
I know. Sometimes it works.
I know, but not that
655 520.
No, you tell him the wrong number.
Bastard.
Don't. listen to the number that Mickey just said.
Okay.
07520 665 442.
That's 07520 655 442.
665.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, text us, and like we got it set up as a WhatsApp number, so you can send us voice notes, send us pictures, send us videos.
Oh my God.
If you've seen something on the internet you think we might like to have a look at, send it in. So that's the best way to get in touch with us, I think. We've got an email, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah,
just send us a WhatsApp, man.
Exactly.
And if it's the funnier the better, do our work for us.
Yeah, we are very lazy, so we're up for that. But I think that wraps up the first one. It's been a lot of fun, mate.
How long have we been chatting for, do you reckon?
Fucking ages.
Right.
Enough. We've covered enough.
Because you did say, let's just chat, and then we just chat.
Yeah. And like Mickey was like, oh, do you think we'll have enough to talk about? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But yeah, we're back with more of these. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are watching on YouTube. If you're listening, subscribe on that. Just, subscribe.
Just fucking support the podcast as best you can.
Come on.
For fuck's sakes.
Tell some people about it and all that.
Yeah, you know what to do.
Welcome in there.
Pat, tell us we're great, because I'll be honest with you, I'm in a bad place at the minute.
Exactly. Mickey needs the morale boost.
I could do with the fucking lift. I've got 19 wanks. All I've got is 2 sperm on my arm.
Is that what you're getting next? A little ball lift? Get the wrinkles out of it.
Oh, man. It's dissolving stitches, but they're still there.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, it's been an absolute joy. This has been Fool's Gold. This is what it's going to be. Thanks very much. We'll catch you again another time.
Bye.
Wave, Mickey. Wave.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, watching.
Yeah, and bottle both.
Waka 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 waka